Hey, what's up guys? This is Akshay from AS Learning, and today in this video we are gonna see which important libraries should you learn to become a successful data scientist. So the most popular language currently in the market for being a data scientist is Python. Python has ruled the market, and around 95% of the projects done into machine learning, deep learning are done in Python. So if you're a Python developer, or if you have learned Python, what should you do next to get into machine learning, right? So first and the most important library which you start after learning your Python should be NumPy. NumPy is a core fundamental element of any machine learning problem. Machine learning algorithms, deep learning algorithms work on ND arrays and tensors, and NumPy is the foundation of it. So once you're done with your Python, you should start with NumPy, that is numeric Python, which deals with the object of ND array. Once you're done with your NumPy, you should move towards pandas. So pandas deal with the tabular and structural data. So we know that generally the data around us is either in the form of an Excel sheet or any table which you can export into a CSV, right? Or if you see some other formats, it is into a text document or any images. Generally the data which we have is in this format only, and most of the number of the times whichever problem you deal with, you are gonna be dealing with structured data. By structured data I mean Excel sheets and CSVs, and whenever you will have to deal with Excel sheets and CSVs, the best library which you can use for your pre-processing, for your cleaning, and for your feature extraction, for data pre-processing, for feature processing is pandas. So once you're done with your NumPy, just go blindly with pandas. Now with pandas, there would be some cases where you will have to see the distribution of the data set, right? We have to visualize the data to make sense of the data while comparing the data and all. So the two most important libraries which are helpful for comparing the data and for data visualization are Matplotlib and Seaborn. So it's like Matplotlib is the basic version for data visualization, and Seaborn is the advanced way for advanced visualization. So even if you do Matplotlib, that is more than okay to go ahead, but some of the graphs are more beautifully designed and more beautifully visualized in Seaborn. So we can say that Matplotlib is for basic visualization, and if you want to go for advanced visualization, then you can go for Seaborn. So the sequence is simple. First you go with NumPy, then pandas, and then Matplotlib and Seaborn. After that, the machine learning algorithms for pre-processing and for data pre-processing and all, you will have to go towards sklearn, right? You will have to do feature manipulations like playing with features, standard scaling it, removing the outliers and all. So all these activities and all would be revolving around sklearn. All the algorithms of machine learning are already implemented into this library of scikit-learn, and you can just straight away create an object of it, fit your data, and just get your results. So whether it's a supervised problem or it's an unsupervised problem, just go for scikit-learn. Okay, and so next with scikit-learn, you would be okay with machine learning problem. So for doing any ML project or implementing any ML algorithms, NumPy, pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and scikit-learn are more than enough. They are more than enough. Now if you want to apply some more advanced stuff like deep learning and all, then you will have to go into neural networks. And for building neural networks, currently into the market, the most popular library is PyTorch. So PyTorch is very simple and as compared to Keras and TensorFlow. So I'll just recommend you, if you want to learn deep learning, either you can go ahead with Keras or you can also use PyTorch. PyTorch is comparatively new, so if you search on blog posts towards data science articles or on YouTube, you would see more number of tutorials and more number of code snippets into Keras as compared to PyTorch. But PyTorch has overcome this space of deep learning, and within 2-3 years you will see people using PyTorch over Keras. Okay, so if you want to go for deep learning, just go ahead with Keras and PyTorch. Okay, so I'll talk something about Keras also. Keras is a wrapper built on the backend of TensorFlow. Okay, so if you want to go into much detail, then TensorFlow is one of the good option which I would recommend you, but I'll say go with Keras and PyTorch blindly. And if your work is not done by these two things, if you want some more manipulation on a deeper level, then go for TensorFlow and some other backends also. Okay, now if we go towards NLP and this thing, I'll make a separate video also on which libraries which you should learn for NLP. But for now, I'll just recommend you the most basic one, that is NLTK. NLTK is a must. If you want to solve any NLP problem statement, you have to go with NLTK. It's the most basic libraries. There are some other libraries also on which I'll be making a separate video on which libraries which you need to learn for NLP. Okay, but for now I'll say go with NLTK. Okay, and last but not least, our computer vision. Computer vision, just go for OpenCV. Okay, now we are done with computer vision, OpenCV, we are done with NLTK. For NLP, we are done with deep learning. We have Keras and PyTorch. We also discussed 5 libraries for machine learning. One I'll say regarding big data. Suppose if your data is out of the size limits and it is too huge, and if you want to apply big data techniques on it, use Apache Spark. You can use your Hadoop culture, your Hadoop architecture, or I'll just say go with PySpark. PySpark is the current thing which has overcome kind of Hadoop, and because of its memory management efficiency, and I'll just recommend you go with PySpark. So if you have a big data problem, go with PySpark. Okay, so let's keep it simple. If you want to go for machine learning after Python, just go with NumPy, then Pandas, then Matplotlib, Seaborn, and finally sklearn. If you want to go for deep learning, you have Keras and PyTorch. If you want to go for big data, go for PySpark. If you want to go for NLP, start with NLTK first. Okay, if you want to go for computer vision, go for OpenCV. That's it. So that's it with this, guys. Give it a thumbs up, share it with all your Python lovers and friends, and do check some other videos on AI also. Take care. Peace out.